All of a sudden, the glass breaks, and a little sliver of a mirror that was near the glass gets in his eye. And all of a sudden, he goes from just being a normal little boy who sees everything the way it is, to all of a sudden he sees everything bad. And he looks at his little friend and he goes, "Oh, you're so ugly. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I hate this place." All of a sudden, everything is bad. Nothing looks the same anymore. It looks distorted. And the reason is because this little piece of a mirror that came from a demon many, many years ago got into his eye. So he makes everybody cry, and he gets so angry he runs out the door into the cold, cold snow. And this woman who looks like the Snow Queen, that's what she's called, she's all made of ice, she picks him up on her sleigh, and she takes him to a far, far region, very far away, where it's so cold that he turns blue. He never eats. And all she has him do is make little things with ice carvings. Well, meanwhile, his little friend Gerda, the little girl who's the same age as he is, she can't believe he's gone and he has come back. And so she cries and cries, and she says, "What should I do?" Now, she's just a little girl, but she really misses her friend. So she goes on this long journey to find him. And the whole story, when you get a little older, if you want to check it out today at the library, you can read it. It's kind of long, each little journey that she goes to. She has no idea when she goes on this journey how long it's going to take her. First thing she does, she goes to the river, and she says, "Maybe I'll just ask the river, have you seen my little friend Hans?" And the river goes, "Give me your shoes, and maybe I'll tell you." So she takes her shoes off. She gives them to the river. Then she has no shoes. So that's how her whole story, by the time she finally gets to him, she has nothing except herself. You listening? Okay. She gives up her coat. She gives up her shoes. She gives up her little muff. She gives up her shawl. She gives up her food. She gives up everything to find. She just keeps going, till finally one day, after all these little experiences, and all the little birds help her and stuff, she goes to this castle and she peers in. And she sees him, and he's freezing. He's like blue, and he's like chopping away on these little sculptures. And she goes in there, and she's really been on this long, hard journey. And she looks at him, and she goes, "Hans, it's me, Gerda." And he looks at her, and he doesn't recognize her. And she says, "Don't you recognize me?" He goes, "No, I don't know who you are," because he has this piece of glass in his eye. And she's so distraught that she cries. And her warm tear falls on his eye, and guess what happens?
The glass came out.
The glass came out. It washes out the glass from his eye. And what do you think happens?
Then they notice each other.
He can see her again. The glass falls out of it. It's just a little tiny sliver. And he goes, "Oh my God, I'm so cold. And oh, you're Gerda. And where am I? And why am I here? And oh, this is terrible." And he can see. And so she says, "Don't worry. I've been traveling to find you." So they kiss each other. They love each other. They hold each other. They're freezing cold. They get up, and they hear the Snow Queen coming. And she's coming. And she's going to get him. But she can't get him now because
the glass came out.
The glass came out, and he's got Gerda, and he can see. And he would rather be with Gerda than be cold and dying in a snow palace with no food or anything, right? So they run out of the palace, and they realize they love each other so much. And he says, "I can't believe you saved me." And then they retrace all their steps back through all the little people that helped her find him, and they go back to their home. And unfortunately, the grandmother has died because it's been a long time. But they look at each other, and they realize they've grown up. And they're not little children anymore. They're older now. And they realize they're really true friends. And listen up, because this is the end of the story. Listen up, okay? We'll talk in a minute, okay? But that's what they're doing. They're talking with each other. And he says to her, "If you didn't love me so much, I would be dead." And so it's love, the love of the friendship that she had for him, that she went on this long journey. And love, guess what? It actually broke the bonds of hatred. Let's sing this song because we want everybody to hear us sing it, okay? Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Let's do the second verse. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet, whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thy every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, the liberty in law. Great, thank you. Like a few years ago, I had this little black cat named Muse, and I loved this cat with all my heart, but he was always getting himself into all kinds of situations. And one time he climbed to the top of a tree. Have you ever had that happen? All the way to the top. And of course all the blue jays were bothering him, and he was up there crying, wow, 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 all night. And of course the guy in the yard says, I'm going to shoot that cat if you don't get him down. And I called the fire department. They know we don't do that anymore. And I couldn't get up to the tree, and the poor cat was up there. I was saying prayers, lighting candles. The cat wouldn't come down. So I wrote this little song to get him down. There was nothing I could do, but guess what? Think him down. So we're going to do this little song, and when I get to the Muse cat part, I'm going to need your help, because we got to get him out of the tree. Okay. Black cat caught in a tree outside, staring at me with his eyes. I'm miles away, locked inside, but black cat doesn't care. Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. And Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. Way inside a human being is practicing his morning thing, though it looks like he's half asleep to a cat outside. But black cat caught in a tree outside doesn't seem to mind, doesn't see the distance long. It's a black cat in a tree. Okay, ready? Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. Real loud. Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. Now with my heart and with my mind, I told that cat to come down, though I never went outside and uttered not a sound. He felt my signal, obeyed command, lifted his body, touched the ground, and sped away with only a second glance. Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. Now sometimes I can't find that cat. Even when I sit outside, he stays away or goes where I don't go. But maybe someday I'll rise again, receive a morning greeting, for there will be my small dark friend, making my life wild. Real loud, let's calm down. Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, you don't need my helping hand. Muse cat, have you climbed too far? You look scared to land, don't you know you don't need my helping hand? Muse cat. Actually, the way I got him down was I was very fortunate. I got so distressed over him being up there. I went along the San Vicente Boulevard and I found a real skinny woman and her husband, and she said, "Oh, I can shimmy up that tree," and she did. She shimmied all the way up to the top of the tree, and she shook the leaves, and he didn't know what was going on, and they threw him down, and whoop, he ran off. He never did that again. I tell ya, when you read a book, do you think of something when you read the book that maybe it makes you think of something else? That's imagination, right? So, what are we going to do when we go back to school? Use our imagination. Yes. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. Yeah. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. Hear it. Let me hear you. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. Oh boy. Use your imagination. Real loud. Use your imagination. Very good. Have a great year, okay? Bye.